Once upon a time, in a quiet rural village, there lived an old man. He had spent his life working hard and living honestly. But in his old age, he carried the burden of disappointment, not in fate, but in his own son. His son had grown up to be idle and unmotivated. He refused to work, avoided responsibility, and wandered through the village aimlessly, wasting his days in meaningless conversations and distractions. The old man observed his son with growing concern. He had advised him, scolded him, even pleaded with him, but nothing had worked. One day, he decided to teach his son a lesson, not with anger, but with wisdom. He called his son to him and said calmly, "Son, go inside the house. In the cupboard, there is an old watch. Bring it to me." The boy went in, fetched the watch, and handed it to his father. Without much thought, the old man said, "Take this watch to the marketplace. Show it to everyone you meet. Ask them how much they are willing to pay for it. Then return and tell me what they said." The boy did as he was told. He walked through the market, showing the watch to traders, shopkeepers, and villagers. Each person gave him a different answer. Some said 500 rupees, some offered 1,000, while others quoted 800 or even less. No one saw anything special in the watch. By the end of the day, the boy returned home and told his father. Everyone gave a different price. Some said 500, some said 1,000, and others said 800. No one really agreed. The old man nodded, satisfied. He said, "Good. Now go and keep the watch back in the cupboard." The next morning, the old man once again called his son and asked him to bring the same watch. The boy, now curious, retrieved the watch and handed it over. This time, his father looked at him and said, "Today, go out again. Take this same watch with you. But now, ask people how much they would pay for the time inside it." The boy was stunned. "The time inside it? But how can I ask for the price of time?" His father replied only, "Go, see what happens." Though confused, the boy obeyed. He returned to the marketplace and began asking people, "Can you tell me the price of the time inside this watch?" People looked at him with bewilderment. Some laughed at him, others brushed him off. A few mocked him, believing he had lost his senses. Many refused to answer at all. Feeling humiliated and confused, the boy kept walking until he reached a small, old shop tucked into a corner. Inside sat an elderly watchmaker, quietly polishing the glass of a delicate timepiece. The boy hesitated, then asked, "Sir, may I ask you something strange? Can you tell me the value of the time inside this watch?" The watchmaker looked up from his work and studied the boy's face. He saw the sincerity in his confusion and smiled gently. He put down his tools and said, "Son, what you are asking cannot be measured in money. The time that ticks inside this watch, or in any watch, has no price. You could offer all the gold in the world, and still you would not be able to buy back a single second of your life. Time is the most precious gift you have. You cannot touch it, you cannot hold it, and once it slips away, it never returns." Chiu boy stood still, absorbing every word. The old man continued, "Every person on this earth receives the same amount of time each day, 24 hours. It doesn't matter if you are rich or poor, powerful or weak. What you choose to do with those hours defines who you become. Time is both a blessing and a test. The bad thing about time is that it passes, but the good thing is you get to decide how you spend it." Those words struck the boy like a wave of truth. His heart grew heavy with realization. He thanked the old watchmaker and returned home in silence. When he reached his house, he sat before his father and narrated everything, what he had asked, how people reacted, and what the old man at the shop had said. The father listened quietly, then looked into his son's eyes. For the first time, he saw understanding. That day became the turning point in the boy's life. From that moment forward, he stopped wasting time. He began working with purpose, using each day to build something meaningful. Time, after all, is the only resource that every human receives equally, yet it is spent so differently. It is free, but priceless. You can never own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. And once you lose it, it is gone forever. So let this be a reminder. Use your time wisely. Because in the end, how you spend your time is how you spend your life.